Yo, what is up, guys? We're just gonna hop right to it. Today we're gonna be building treasure planet, like an actual planet looking thing, and I'm excited. I've never done a planet before. I downloaded some resources to help us out, and yeah, let's start getting creative. Reaper, yeah, long time, man. Welcome back to the live stream. Dancing Rockin' 909. Yo, what's up, dude? Not much. Honestly, it's been an exhausting day, an exhausting long day, and it's really easy to feel like you have no energy to stream or do something creative. But I thought, hey, let's do it. We're so close to this project being done. Let's just spend a little bit of time on it. All right, so we have some images here. These are some examples of Treasure Planet, which is what I want to base this off of. Guys, how's the volume of the music? Is it too loud or too soft? I feel like it's a little louder than usual. Let me know if it needs to be turned down at all. Okay, so step number one is to make this awesome, cool looking planet here. And I think we have like two different types of rings. We have like an asteroid belt, and then we have this like green sort of space nebula type belt. Oh man, it's just such a cool color. The green. It's kind of like a bluish green, maybe a little bit more on the green side, but yeah, we'll have to make sure we get the color right. So I quickly added in a sphere here. Am I editing something? I guess I was. Okay. So I quickly added a sphere using a plugin that I got called GeoSim, which will just help me apply the textures and make it look like a planet relatively quickly. And then I added in, just to like catch you guys up on what I did off stream, I added in a torus, a little donut shape, but that's basically all I've done. I added it in and squished it down. There's only 5 sides on it. I thought that this would be like the asteroid belt, but after looking at these pictures, I guess there's like a little bit of, I don't know. So obviously this is too big of an asteroid belt. I think it needs to be a little bit smaller, but we can work on that when we get there. So first thing is, let's sort of like scale this to the right size. I feel like it's something like there, right? I'm just looking at the outside, like the actual width of the belt, because I can change like the thickness later. I don't know, I think that's pretty good. Like maybe we should add in the image in here. Here, let's try it. I think I have the image somewhere here. Drive-in, reference images, environment. Here. So do I just drag and drop it? Yeah. Okay. Bro, I've been busy with exams. Crazy, man. Are you done for the summer now? So relieved now? Yeah, I bet you are, especially if you're done for the... What the heck? Sorry about that. I pushed X on my keyboard and it like transitioned. Let's try this again. So let's just scale this to the size of the planet here. Bring this down. I mean, I feel like our planet is basically the right size. And let's just get these the right size now. So we could rotate it on the X. Something like this. Scale. What the heck? Scale, but everything on the X? I'm confused on what I'm doing. Scale. Oh, okay. I was doing it right. Got it. Great song. Scale, except for everything on the Z. It's kind of funny because we're starting to see how this drawing is not perfect. Actually, I think... Let me think. Is this the right shape? I feel like it should be a perfect, like donut shape. So maybe let's try adding in a torus again. Minor segments. So major 48, let's do like 24. Let's just double it. 80, 96. Okay. Can we change how big it is? Yeah. We can. So let's rotate it on the X like 40 degrees. I'm like trying to change it, but it like goes so slow. What if we do this to 30? 25? Sure, that's good enough for now. We can readjust it later. Actually, no, let's go 20. There we go, 20 degrees. Do you mind showing me what you have been doing for this project? Yeah, no, I don't mind at all. I actually have been working on like a more detailed render, and I have one. Except for that's not the latest version, so let me download it again real quick. It's right here. Man, it's looking really good. Give it a second to load. Download it as a JPEG. Here we go. Check this out. This is what we got going so far. And it's looking pretty dang good. We have our jungle scene. We have... I feel like the composition is pretty cool. Like, I think the mountains look really cool. This side has our building. It's a drive-in movie theater, but it's like a space drive-in movie theater. Lately, what we've been working on is the jungle and the environment. And now that we have all of the mountains and the jungle done, the jungle is lit. Thanks, man. Thanks. Like, I'm so happy with how it turned out. I think like the only thing that I would add to it is I think you can kind of see how there's a separation for the building and then the rest of it back here. I think I'm gonna add a big fern right here to sort of tie in the jungle, so it's not so flat here and then trees all of a sudden. But add in like a big tree or a big fern or something back here. I think that's the only thing I would do different on the jungle, but everything else is looking super sick. Man, it's looking so good. And so we have our environment. The next thing I wanted to work on was the sky, and I wanted to have like a really faint planet. Like it's getting to evening time, and you know how sometimes like when it starts, like you can start seeing the moon even though it's light out. I think that's what I want to do with the planet. So I'm gonna add like a little treasure planet up here in the corner. Might be going off the screen a little bit too. So yeah, that's what we're working on right now, is building the planet. But it's looking so good. Like this isn't even everything. Like there's lots of detail on and around the house that's not showing here. But that's okay, I'll add that in later. Oh man, there's been so much work going into this project, so I'm glad it's like turning out to be so cool. I need to watch your previous streams to see what you did. Yeah, man, feel free to. It's crazy, like some of my streams lately have been getting thousands of views, which just blows my mind because streams have always been like a lot less views than my videos, but that's not really the case anymore. So let's try 7 meters. Did that do anything? 8? Yeah, so let's do 10. Yo, thank you for subscribing, Angela Mendoza. I hope you're enjoying the content. Thank you. Okay, so we have this. We have our ring around the planet. Oh man, it's basically perfect. Look, it lines up perfectly, like with the green, and then it wraps around. Obviously, it's a little different, but man, it's so good. I don't think it has to be, like, we'll adjust it a little bit. It doesn't have to be, like, totally symmetrical. But yeah, let's just get it close enough. I also think that maybe it's a little off because our image, I see a little bit of the planet on this side. So I feel like right there. So I see just about the same amount of planet on each side. We could probably scale it down a little. Okay. I mean, I'm doing a 3D model of a drawing, right? So the drawing's gonna be a little off. But that's okay. Ah, shoot! I saved it. That's okay. I think we can scale it down a little and we'll be fine. So we'll like put it to there. Oh man, it's so cool. And then it looks like the asteroid belt is smaller. It's like the same width, but it's smaller. I don't know. Maybe it kind of goes through it. Maybe it's bigger. I don't know. I feel like the asteroid belt should be a little bit bigger, right? I don't know. It doesn't have to make sense. They can be going through each other. That's okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay. So we have this. Camden Carl, what you doing? We are making a planet, a very specific planet called Treasure Planet. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're adding one last piece to our scene here. Not one last piece, but everything else is modeled except for our planet. So we're gonna model the planet and then we'll add textures to everything. Yeah. Okay. And basically this ring that we just added is gonna be a cloud. But we're gonna add in the ring to like say where we want the cloud to be. So now we can copy this and then we'll rotate it and put it like right here. So yeah, it actually does look like this one is a little bit bigger. Ever so slightly. Like right here. Yeah, there we go. So it actually works out perfectly. It's right outside of the green ring. Man, it's so cool. I can't wait. In the picture, the planet's tilted towards us a little bit so you can see the rings. We'll do that after. Right now, we'll just build the planet so it's like dead on with the rings. Man. It's been a while since I opened Blender. I might have forgotten how to do anything there. That's how I felt. That's how I feel in between my projects, because I take like a month and a half break in between each of these projects because they're so intensive. It always takes me like a day to get back in the groove, but after that, I pick it up pretty quickly. Okay, so we have our 2 rings. Let's make a couple changes now, because the green ring is about this size. Maybe it's a little smaller. Let's see. I'm gonna flatten it. I'm gonna scale it, except for on the Z. Wait. No. I'm gonna scale it on the Z to flatten it just a little bit. Something like this. And then I'm gonna grab this ring and we're gonna scale it on the Z. And this one's a lot skinnier. Something like that. Okay. I mean, we're just guessing here. The green one definitely is a lot bigger though. Okay. I haven't really played with like the size in the scene yet. Let's just focus on building it. Do we want to I keep pushing 0. Do we want to make it a little thinner? I think that's okay. We'll add noise to this one so we can get some clouds that stick out. Okay. So now the question is how do I fill this with asteroids? Because I have no idea how to do that. Should we like scatter little rocks on it? Is that the best way? Like maybe... Yeah, what if we did that? So what if we turned on scatter, is it? And I think I have some little rocks already here. Look at these little pebbles. It's perfect. Do we want like whiter rocks or darker? I think darker, right? Those ones are kind of white, these ones are darker. So let's grab these. Let's select our ring we want to scatter them on. And so we want to scatter them on this ring. Here, let's name this asteroid belt. Okay. Great. So now we'll select asteroid belt. Grab these 2 piles of rocks here. Oh man. Okay. I'm not sure how this works. I don't know if we need like individual rocks because these are kind of like groups of rocks, right? But let's just try it. We probably don't need. We could probably just do this one. Okay, let's scatter them like all over, right? Something like this. And click scatter objects. Do you see any rocks on here? Because I do not. Is that because... Let's see. Asteroids. Right here. So I see our asteroids here, but I'm not seeing them on here yet. Oh, because it's assigned to a vertex group. So let's unassign this. There we go. No vertex group. There we are. Asteroids. It's working. Okay, something tells me... that's not too bad. Let's scale it on let's scale it a little bit thinner. Something like this. And let's bump up the count. Or let's apply scale. Wrong one. That's me saving. How do I apply scale? Oh, there we go. Apply scale. Okay. So it's kind of what I thought. So because they're flat planes, actually it's okay. It's okay to have like a couple asteroids that are outside the belt, right? We just need way more. Let's do like 40. Oh my gosh, it's working. Let's randomize it a little bit. Oh, it's looking so good. Okay, how do we hide the mesh? Let me Google it. How to make mesh transparent in Blender. I don't want to turn it into glass. Go to the object header and check the transparency box. No, that's not what I want. Let's see. Voxel quad. Because if I hide it, oh, never mind. There we go. That's all we had to do. Oh my gosh. We just had to turn it off. Okay, let's see. I mean, there's sometimes these like gaps in here. I think it's so cool though. Man. I can't believe it's like working how I thought it would. Okay, so I think it needs to be a little bit thinner. So let's scale it on the Z like this. Keep pushing 0. Yeah, because if we focus on here, it's eventually going to be like this. So we'll give it a little bit of... Oh man. Oh man, it's so good. I think it's perfect. Okay. Well, that was easier than I thought. We have our asteroid belt. And the fact that there's some that... And the fact that it's not perfectly smooth, that there's some sticking up, is perfect. I couldn't have achieved that unless I had that flat of them, but... Oh, man. Okay. It's good enough. We're moving on. Wow, so nice. Code Dreamer, yo, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's turning out really well. Now we have this one, which is going to be a little bit more difficult, but I think we can pull it off. Okay. So, how are we going to do this? We are going to add a volume. I don't know what these are. Just an empty, I guess. And scale it. Oh, no. Not an empty. We want to add a volume. Do we just add a cube and then make it a volume? I was watching a tutorial on this, on how to make custom clouds. And you can make clouds follow the shape of an object. Let me see if I can pull up that tutorial real quick, guys. Okay, history, cloud.
A lot of folks ask me why their dishwasher doesn't get every...
Okay. Let's see this. Have a stupid ad. Another ad. Man. One day we'll be rich enough for like YouTube Premium or whatever, but right now. Okay.
Record this before and crash when I added this with one level, at least in the viewport. If you hit Control 2, it would be 2 levels, whatever. I'm gonna hit Control 1. Then we are going to add in a volume, and this is where the magic happens. You want to add in an empty volume. So I guess it's not open VDB. I guess I was just, talking about a bunch of nonsense, but what else is new? Add in an empty, and you're going to notice that we don't see anything, and it's not because, this monkey's obstructing it or something. There's nothing to see because it's an empty. What we do is with this volume, you don't actually need to mess with this volume tab. This is more for VDB files. Instead, we are going to go to the modifiers, and you're going to notice that there are 2 modifiers, and it just so happens that both of these are necessary in the process. So you got to be You got to be pretty out of it to not be able to follow. We're going to add in both modifiers. Mesh.
Okay. Okay. We got this. So I was doing it right. Okay. Perfect. So let's add in a volume. Empty. Come into modifiers. Add in both of these modifiers here. Mesh to volume. Select this, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And I think I can hide this now. Yeah, and it's putting in smoke here. Guys, give me 1 second. I got ad blocker? Yeah. That'd probably be pretty good to do. Guys, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, we're back. All right, let's do this. So you can see how we've started adding in smoke here. We're gonna need to change up the density to something a lot more. And we probably want to go into rendered view. Let's see. What am I doing here? View. Do I need to be in rendered view? Code Dreamer. The green good touch? Are we talking about like the green of the ring? Yeah. Ruag. Nice. I don't know how to pronounce your name right, but yeah. Okay, so what if we what if we hide this? And right now we just have a bunch of like squares that are clouds here. But we can address that. So we have our volume. Is it voxel size? Okay, there we go. So now it's like almost identical to the size of the ring. Let me see. Let's go back to our tutorial we were watching.
Mesh to volume is going to do exactly that. We are going to pick a mesh, particularly this one, to become our volume. Let's do that. And you can see that when we do that, we get a kind of voxel looking display around us and a bit of smoke surrounding our mesh. This updates to wherever our mesh is, including if we were to edit this in edit mode, or if we were to animate it, you can have an animated volume, and it works exactly the way you think. So mesh to volume takes the mesh, makes it into a volume. Some settings you might be interested in or not, but whatever. Let me just talk about it anyways. We have density, which is the density or the thickness of your volume. This is what it looks like in solid mode, but really we're gonna be interested in seeing this in cycles. We'll do that in a bit. And the only other one I'm interested in is this voxel amount, which you can think of as 3-dimensional resolution. Not 2-dimensional, but 3-dimensional, where the higher this number is, kind of the tighter or smaller our voxels are going to be, so it looks like it's a higher resolution. It's kind of like if the pixels are smaller, the image resolution's higher, but if the voxel is smaller, the 3D resolution is higher. Wow, makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Okay, the one I'm interested in is, so we can add in a texture, which is going to drive our displacement, and luckily for us, we already have a texture made exactly for this. It's cloud.
Exactly, Byron. Man, look at that. Okay, so we can do this. So I accidentally switched it to voxel size, but let's do voxel amount. Let's double it. Okay, so now it's more or less around the right spot. Now down here, we're gonna do a new texture. We'll call this, planet ring, cloud ring. Okay. And let's edit this texture. Let's do clouds. And if we come into here, let me see. I guess it's a texture. I just want to see what happens here. So what if we change this to principled volume, emission strength. It's gonna do the boxes. So what if instead of a volume, or maybe it needs to be a volume, to like make it glow? You know what I mean? It's already looking pretty cool. Okay. Glowing Clouds Blender. Let's see. Guys, this is part of the process of like me trying to figure out how the heck. Glow in Blender. So when we add a new one, it automatically adds. So if we change this emission color to something like in here and bump this up, it does it for the whole block, not for the stuff inside. Let's see. Density. Resolution. So this is volume. What if we add a principal? And we killed this. Okay, dang it, that's gonna be on the outside. Okay, let's kill that. So I think we can, so looking off of this, we can change the color this way. Okay, so that actually did change the color, but the emission strength. Oh man. What is this? Nope. So maybe this would work if we change this to voxel size. And then change this to here. I don't know, I'm like trying to think of a way to do this. 0.01. Oh, is that too much? We might have just crashed. Oh. No, it worked. Dang it. Let's change this voxel size. It's slowing things down way too much. So what's going on? Like, I feel like I'm doing this wrong. So now the question is how do you get a cloud to glow? And here we can change the color somewhere. Let's go to material 3. Let's kill this. Volume. We can change this at least to the color. Do we put like something emissive inside of it to light it up? Like our torus here? So like our torus, what if this was material 4 and we added in surface. Oh no, this isn't right. We want the emissive, right? Emission. Surface. Oh, okay. So I was doing it right that whole time. So what if we did like 50 and we changed the color to this color. Delete out this one. I mean, not bad, but like it's kind of getting us in the right spot. I want the clouds to be glowing though. Huh. Man, but once we get this, look how cool this is gonna be. It's gonna be freaking sweet. Okay, so let's grab our volume again. Density like 600? No, that's too much. What was it before? 50? I mean, it already looks pretty sweet. Let's go back to this tutorial for a sec.
We're just going to be reshaping this so it's at least somewhat recognizable. And again, Vox.
Come on, man.
It's also going to take much longer to render. Once you bump this up too much, you are definitely going to get a crash. That is one of those scenarios. So that's pretty much the mesh cloud. I'm thinking if there's anything else to talk about. We have the fill volume, which basically takes our mesh and fills it with volume. If we were to disable this, it actually only does it on the shell. Of course, we can't see it because it's so dense. But if we were to make this less intense, actually we can do it in solid mode. You can see that we actually have a shell here where we can pick kind of like the inner radius, how much inwards should the volume reach, and also outwards, where you can actually have it expand beyond this. And this is actually a useful thing that you still have control over when it's filled. If you want your cloud to kind of lose some of its shape and become a bit more blobby. But generally, let's actually bring that back down. Generally, all the stuff you want to mess with is either in, the color of this or in the shape of it, being the displacement and the texture that's driving the displacement. So there you go, mesh-based clouds. I mean, it takes forever to render, but what else is new? I guess I should have been on GPU.
Okay. That was pretty good. We can save this one to the Blender tutorials because I thought it was pretty helpful. And then let's watch something like this.
Press Shift A, add a meta ball and duplicate it a few times with Shift D to create a cloud shape. Next, press Ctrl A and choose Visual Geometry to Mesh to turn your meta balls into a mesh. Press Shift A and add a volume empty. Select it in the outliner and add a Mesh to Volume modifier to it. Choose the mesh as the object for the modifier. Disable viewport and render visibility for the mesh object in the outliner. A higher voxel amount is generally better, but to make the cloud fluffy, you'll need to add a volume displace modifier as well. Add a new texture and choose Type Clouds. Now fiddle with the settings to get...
Okay, this is what I was like mainly interested. Voxel amount 256, density 1. I feel like this one down here looks most like it. Maybe this one, density 2, density 1. So we can play with the density. Texture strength. Cloud size. Density 2. So if I change density to 2, let's hop back over here. Give it a second to think. We can turn this off. Okay. So now let's play around with size, depth, nebula. What, like 2? .9? I'm not sure what nebula does, so let's reset that. I need it to be like more scrappy. You see this? So that's what I'm trying to work on right now, is how do I get it to be more scrappy instead of like this perfect cylinder around it. Colors. Maybe the density is too high? Like 1.5? Maybe my voxel's too high. 64? Density 2? It's weird because there's these like square steps in it, you know? Would it be more helpful if this was like straight like this? And then we could like apply all the modifiers and stuff. Because this way we won't get the steps in it. What, like strength 1? Oh. Wait, things are starting to look good. Holy cow. So it's too fat. What about like 200? So if we did interior bandwidth, let me see. How do I make it so it's stronger along the interior? Do I just do 2? Do I just do like 2 of them? Like one that's more fluffy like this, but it's more spread apart. And then like a smaller, more dense, thin one? Is that the way to do it? Yo, Benjilin. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch, man. Awesome. I hope you're enjoying the content. At least enjoying me like struggle with all of this. I think, yo, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. I'm just confused by Blender mechanics, yeah. Like, I think we're definitely on the right track. We're making lots of really good progress. I think what we do is we make 2 volumes. Because when I look at this, there's like a really thin, thick line that goes around it. I don't know what to do, guys. My 2 brain cells can't comprehend. Yeah. It is crazy. Let's see. I just don't know how to make it glow. That's the thing. I'm like trying to figure out here. Yeah, I think 2 rings to make 1 would be better. Less work to do that. Okay. Yeah, so we could have 2. One that's like smaller and thinner. And then one that's like this, and then we can bring down the density of this to like 1. Or even like 0.2. No, that's like how thick they are. How do I change like how spread out they are? I think it's size. Guys, like that. That looks so cool to me. I think that's just freaking awesome. Let's bring this back in. So let's scale on the Z to make this thinner. Man, it's so cool. Like, would this work if I just brought this down to like 2? Then the volume on the exterior bandwidth. Or this is interior. An exterior could be like 0.05 to bring it in a little tighter. 0.02. Density like 5. I think what we need to do now is bring down the size. Something like that looks pretty cool. But like it needs to be a little thinner though, yeah? Voxel amount. Yeah, me setting this to the voxel size of this is... Go back to voxel amount. No matter what you do, it already looks sick. Thank you. I think Blender just crashed. Just bring this back down to like 5. I see like individual cubes. So I'm just trying to get a better hazy effect. Once I have a good hazy effect, then we'll do another cloud that's going around the inside to make it a little bit thicker. Guys, unfortunately, I think this is all that I can stream today. I feel like we have it figured out though. I think there's just like a couple more steps that we need to do. Got to figure out how it glows, but I'm not feeling super well, so I think I'm gonna call it. I really appreciate you guys being here and for subscribing. Yeah, like Benji over on Twitch. That's awesome, man. Thank you. So I'm gonna call it there. We'll stream again soon, don't you worry. And as always, break a leg.